Put something in you.
We're not going to a park today, okay?
Put your dress down, Paris.
I've
Now listen.
Dad, let me pour that.
Well, wipe it quickly. You don't have to spill it. You didn't squeeze it, did you? Freya?
Then you have a tiny
Freya.
opener.
You're not a mountain savage. Pick the rubbish up and put it in the bin.
Why don't you have a tiny opening to get messy?
Well, wait until you finish and put it all in the bin together. They're nice yogurt drinks, aren't they? So, make sure you drink it all, Cher, and put it in the bin.
There were some swings.
See you next, Dad. Love ya.
I remember you poorly.
Not poorly now. Used to be poorly, didn't I?
Look, Dad.
The bike.
It's a John bike.
Yeah, the man who's the library, isn't it?
My yogurt drink on me.
Why would you spill it all over your legs?
New class is mine and not new.
Silly
Bye
bugger.
bye. You.
Jesus! I can't believe you just chucked it all over the floor. Sorry, it nearly got me. Just drink it. Don't mess around. There's no rush. You spilled half of it. They're really expensive, these drinks here. They're delicious, though. Make sure you drink it all after you wasted nearly all of it. That's it. Drink all of it. Daisy. These yogurt drinks, they love them. Look, she spilt nearly all of it nearly over me. Oh, my God. Right, swing day today, guys. Here they are. They so miss these swings. We used to come down here every day, but playing on these swings. Hiya. That's their school, one of their teachers. Yeah. Was that Fatima? That lady at Fatima, wasn't it? That's Fatima, was it? Well, do you think Daddy would spill drink all over the floor?
No.
Who do you think it was?
Player.
Such a waste. Look at it all.
Let me put a bubble gum.
It's not bubblegum, it's
Yogurt drink.
it's yogurt drink. So when the little cats come along, they're gonna drink all that. Can you
No,
put that in the bin for Dad?
Okay,
All right, we need to buy some new summer shoes as well. See? We'll buy new ones of them soon. I know. Do you know, I think I bought your cousins loads of them in the sale. And I sent them all off to the Philippines in the ballot buying box.
You took all my shoes.
Oh, it's when you were a tiny, tiny baby. I bought loads of them in the sale. They were on offer. And you know what? They got to the Philippines in the ballot buying box, and the only things the customs took out the box was the shoes I bought your cousins. I bought loads of children's shoes, all new for your cousins. And tinned steak. Took it all, the buggers. Well, so the sisters and that said. It arrived without it in. But we don't know. No one had new shoes, so I don't know. It all disappeared. Customs. Right, it's my girls in Portugal. You must all wonder how Daisy's an OFW in England. Me and the kids have to live here. And it's a long story, but the basics of the story is we have a very evil, racist stalker in England. And basically, he's like a vampire, but he only comes out in the summer. So we bring the kids over here for the summer. And then we can go back in the winter because he don't go out in the winter because he's so old. Yeah. Oh, plus the Brexit thing. Preserve the rights so we can come out here and still be like EU citizens even though we're not in the EU anymore. So the kids can claim Portuguese passports in time. In fact, I think they could probably claim them now because they've been here. Yeah. I can't, but they can. So long story. We're going to do a whole series of videos on how we ended up in Portugal. My poor Daisy ends up in working hard in England. Crazy situation. But basically it's over safety of the kids from a old evil man. A lot of racists in England. But where I come from, in Devon, it's still like 99. Pat, Cher, can you get that stone over there and put it on the side? Someone's going to fall over it or break their ankles. Yeah, where I'm from, it's 99.99% British white people still. Whereas locals like me, the Devon dumplings, as we get called, are, how do I say, very friendly, laid-back people, whilst people who move to Devon from all over England, where they're not 99% British anymore, move to Devon with their racist attitudes and their racist ideas, and they basically don't like anyone who's not 100% British. And when they found out, when this old man moved into my road, and he's watching this now because he stalks this channel so much. That's why you see a thumb down from him on some of the videos because he's a total stalker. But when he moved into my road, I just married Daisy, and he carjacked me. Seriously, total carjacking. Never spoke to him before. Got out, carjacked me. Anyway, years of attacks, and they thought they could attack me just before Daisy came to stop her getting a visa for England. Well, I didn't get a visa for Daisy for England because I bypassed the whole British visa system and legally moved to France because it was the EU, lived there for I think it's 3-4 months, and that's when we had Paris, the big one. And in doing that, Daisy then became a visa-free national that, being an EU citizen, I was then able to take back to my birth country. That saved me getting Daisy a visa. It saved me paying thousands of pounds for the visas and even the settlement visa. I got that for Daisy through being part of the EU. And these racist, horrible neighbours couldn't cope with it. They seriously couldn't cope with a black person moving into our street. And second day that we arrived in England, Paris is there, who'd been born whilst we were in France. And we had a police on our house because this old man had complained to the police that illegal immigrants had arrived with lots of children, unknown children. Well, she was unknown to the British authorities because she was born in France. And police knocked on the door and said, we have a report of illegal immigrants. And I said, well, I haven't got any papers for my daughter. I said, so realistically, she could be illegal, I suppose. This one, because I didn't have a passport for her. And somehow she arrived in England with no passport, but it's not nothing, is it? They arrive naked and with nothing. So little Paris, and my mum was actually there, and she said, "Are you kidding me?" That was the second and first start of when Daisy's there with the racism from this old man. And then Cher, when she arrived, we had child protection, and they arrived, and they said, we've opened an investigation because your neighbours have told us that Daisy is a illegal immigrant, and there's more illegal immigrants arrived, which was this one, just arrived from being born. And this racist old neighbour then complained to the police and everyone else that another illegal immigrant had arrived. And that Daisy was a slave. So, well, that was all closed down straight away because they knew it was nonsense and lies. But it's not very nice for poor Daisy to have to put up with all that sort of stuff off this low IQ, low life. But then we go to have this little baby, this one, who's hiding. And week before she was born, we had the child protection contact us again. Wonder what this could be, I said to them. They said, well, no, we haven't had complaints off your neighbours. I said, of course you've had. Well, in the end, I've got an apology off them. They had complaints off this racist neighbour. And I said, well, considering we've had 1, 2, 3, and you've come round 3 times, one there, or just before she was born, I said, I think this is disgraceful. And they apologised. But they said, well, it's also flagged up on our system that Daisy might be being abused. And I said, are you kidding me? Well, turns out in England, she's born 2 years later. And then this one was born over 2 years later. Oh no, that was it. That was a year. That was just over a year. And that one was 2 years. Well, turns out if you have a baby every year in England, they flag you on the doctors and the child protection people as abused. If you have baby, you're an abused wife. No, abused husband. Having to put up with all my beautiful daughters. Seriously. So anyway, this is the story. They then said we'd need to do an investigation this time. And I said, okay. So I said, well, as you've said that Daisy's abused, her first language is Cebuana. I said, I'm going to tell you, you book an appointment, you talk to Daisy, you bring a Cebuana translator, so you get Daisy's 100% correct. You twits, who did that? Who did that? That's really naughty. Get in the van now. You ever chuck stones? Get in the van. Paris, why are you chucking stones?
I'm not sure.
You ever see stones chucked? You better not. That's the last time. She. Go and say sorry. Go and say sorry to the person. Go and say sorry. They're knocking on the window to you. That is really naughty. Over there. Go and say sorry. Paris. You ever notice your sister chucking stones, you tell her off straight away. Now get over there and say to them. Go on. Go and say sorry. Go on. Huh? No, you've seen her do it. You're the eldest. I have told you so many times you don't chuck stones up, ever. Did you chuck stones?
No. I
Got a lid? Look at your innocent face.
chucked it on the floor, she was. The shower was chucking things.
It's really, really bad what you just did. Really bad. Mum's going to watch this video and she's going to tell you off. And walk over there and check the windows all right. Nothing broke, is there? But not be. It cost me a fortune else. Anyway, get back to the story. What really happened? So we had this child protection, and they came out and literally they brought this Cebuana Filipino and sat her down with Daisy. And this lady said to the Filipino, this, that, and the other. And she said, could you go over there and check what the hell's going on? Huh? Somebody's knocking. Go and check. Who's knocking? Freya, you don't go up there. You stay down here. No, it's someone knocking on the window, isn't it? It's not the ball. Anyway, so the Cebuana is getting questioned by these child protection people because this old man complained. And seriously, they said to this lady, translate this. We believe on our system, when a woman has a baby every year or every 2 years, that you're being abused. This Cebuana was really shocked. She just looked at her and said, what? And then I stepped in and I said, excuse me. I said, could you please just ask the Cebuana, the Filipino, once a Filipino starts having a baby, at what sort of ages do they have the babies? This Cebuana lady, translator, turns around to the child protection lady and says, in our culture, once you have a baby, you usually have 1, 2, 3, 4. You just carry on having them, sometimes even twice a year. It can happen. And this lady looked at us and said, what? And Daisy said, yeah, I'm from a family of 10. Wayne's from a family of 9. We did really want a big family. Well, then they interviewed Daisy, and Daisy's like, you're talking absolute crap. We then got a written apology off them for what they the 3 times because of this racist old man. So what they put him down as now is a malicious, what they should have done to start with, a malicious complainer. But then they said, could you not move? I said, why should we move? And they said, because the police aren't upholding the law. They said, we're telling them, you've got to uphold the law. Daisy shouldn't be being racially abused by this old man. Well, never stopped until we came out here. Now he's not attacking her now, but he's just stalking and stalking. If the sun's out, you go out that day and he'll stalk up down the road, and oh, it's crazy. So that's why, with the kids all happy, whilst poor old Daisy's having to for now. Like I said, we're not rich. One of us had to carry on working, and Daisy earns loads more than I ever. So now the kids go to this school. Oh no, Freya goes to this school. They all went to that school to start with, but now Freya goes there, and Paris and Cher go around the corner on the other side of this building. You're not chucking stuff again, are you? No, don't chuck anything. You chuck nothing. You understand? Now, where's your little sister? No, your other one. Go and check. Go on. Can you see her?
Yeah, there's a little hand.
Can you see the little buggers? Ask Freya. She wants to play on the swing one last go, and then we're going. Yeah, so anyway, my little storytelling for today on how we ended up in Portugal. Plus there's Brexit. If we'd not bought a place here, a holiday home here, and sorted the paperwork out, then we would have lost all EU rights to move here in our old age when we retire. So everything we're doing now is really for in years to come when we've retired from everything. Oh, Daisy's replying. I hope they don't ask me for directions. I usually get this. People ask me directions. I'm like, sorry, I'm English. Yeah. Are they all in there? Mummy said she's watching you in England from work. Yeah. She's probably moaning at me because I've been telling the story of the horrible neighbours in England.
Might be angry.
No, she won't be angry. But anyway, we're gonna. What I was gonna say is we're going to do a whole video series that we're gonna stick in the members area of all the evidence we've got against this old person who kept attacking. And we've got years and years of videos that I'm going to edit down into a movie, and only show it there for now, because I'm going to try and do some legal stuff with the police, because he's been sending Daisy. He's not done anything too bad like he used to, but he's stalking and he's sending her hate mail signed with swastikas. Yes, he goes past the house saying Sieg Heil and sticks his arm up in the air. So if there's any BLM people out there, that's a good idea. If there's any BLM solicitors or barristers that watch us who would like to help us as a family, we would be glad to take any help we can, because we know we could sue the police. We've literally probably got 200 different crimes that police haven't pursued, believe it or not. And a lot of that is caught on CCTV, handheld devices, and it's from little things to coming around the house, ripping our CCTV off the walls that's protecting our property. Little things of coming down and smashing all our car windows. I say little because that's little things. The bigger things that this old man's done is break into our house, stole our big TV we just bought, took all our CCTV, literally stole CCTV, the whole lot. And this was based because he'd been flashing. He literally dropped his trousers to Daisy, bent over, wiggled his little winkle, showed her his nuts. The man ain't mentally right, but we had that evidence. He was worried because the police should have done him for indecent exposure, but they didn't, even though we'd already backed up and sent the police the files on that, what he done. So he broke into the house, stole Daisy's knickers from her underwear drawer, and what else did he steal? Oh, PS2, PS3, stole PS3, and what else? What's something else? Oh, a laptop and some hard drives. So he's got some hard drives of us, some photos and videos of us from when we were dating and all the rest of it. Police have arrested him a few times. It's not just one. It's one gang leader, and there was a few others. There was another one that they moved off the road to police. There's one more lives with his mum. What else is there? Oh yeah, they're the little things that happened. What else happened? Because there's so much. There is probably 200 crimes. Another crime that happened is another neighbour had. We never spoke to him. He moved into our street. We never spoke to him. We were like, no, we're not talking to any other neighbours. Leave him be. We won't talk to him. Well, this neighbour comes, knocks on our door and says, excuse me, I'm sorry I've never spoke to you. I fell in with the wrong crowd on the street. And I'm telling you now, pack a bag. This is what he said. Pack a bag and go and stay somewhere else. The police are coming. I've been to the fire brigade. And last night I chased a man that racist old man and his friends hired a man to firebomb my house. He said, but I chased him off the road last night. Well, police did come and they said, you've got to go. This is really dangerous. But they arrested the gang, tried to prove it. They had 8 CID officers for 3 months, checking the texts, checking the phones, trying to question them what they were up to. They couldn't they said, we know they've done it. We know that this Mr. P was going to firebomb your house. We know, but we cannot prove it. So we're like, right, okay. Thing to live with. So it's gone from smaller things to bigger things to smaller things. What else happened? Oh, he assaulted me, carjacked me. That's minor. That was minor. He carjacked me again, but this time he tried to get into the car to attack Paris Air when they were babies. This is really what stopped it all, because the police, up to that point with the 9, it was racism based. He was doing Hitler salutes, swastika, he was doing everything, but it wasn't racially abusive, they said. Well, this time he pulls me out of the car. Daisy comes around, he attacks at Daisy. I then defend myself, and he's left with, and I'm serious, it's probably the scariest time in my life, was this old man attacking me. Not that he's attacking me, not that he was attacking Daisy, but that it was going to be that we'd be charged with murder or manslaughter if he had a heart attack. That was really scary for me. I was like, oh my God, I'm being attacked again by Grandad. And he's being racist like you cannot imagine. Well, he ended up with 5+ broken ribs. I didn't bruise him because I didn't punch him. Just pushed him away. Well, he sat on the floor, got his watch, and he starts cutting all his face. Me and Daisy thinking, oh my God, what the hell? And he rang the ambulance. And the ambulance arrives. He's like Jesus on the floor, spread out, arms out, pretended to be unconscious. Said me and Daisy had beat the crap out of him. But for the first time ever, maybe due to the shock of what he'd done, and that this was the first time we'd actually pushed him away, he admitted, I was racially attacking Daisy, and Wayne beat me up. The police looked at him, scratched their heads, and they're thinking, he's just admitted racially assaulting a Filipino lady. First time ever, racially admitted it, racially assaulting. Daisy was left bruises. Oh, she was quite beaten up, actually. Being silly, like she is, I'm like a tank. It takes a lot to wear at me. But poor little Daisy, being like she is, she jumped up and the man attacked her, and oh, it's terrible. Well, you can understand how you end up with so many broken ribs. Yeah. So there was that incident, but the absolute worst incident we ever had was when he assaulted me just before this attack. He assaulted me again, and Paris was there. Cher was there, inside her mum's belly, 5 months pregnant. And this is the worst attack we ever had. This old man literally attacked Daisy. It's my brother's birthday. We'd just been out for dinner. So we came back later than normal, 10 o'clock at night, drove up. He got hold of Daisy's moped that she was learning to drive. He got hold of that and smashed it in front of the house. So I picked it up, moved it on the side where it belonged, park it up again. And then this old man comes out and attacks me first. Then Daisy comes up again, being silly, especially when she was pregnant. And this old man literally punches her, smack bang in her belly. She then goes off to hospital. And me and Paris are there having to cope with the night on her own, thinking, is she going to lose the baby? Thank God, Cher was born safely 4 months later. But that is literally the worst that we ever had. When Mr. P, who still lives on our road, in Chescombe, Devon, TQ3 1NT, just in case anyone wants to write to us, or if there's any BLM people out there who would who know a solicitor or a barrister. And this isn't made up. None of this is made up. This is actually factual. We actually have a video of him attacking Daisy and me. Police denied it was racial. Police, whilst Daisy's being carted off in the ambulance, threatened to arrest Daisy for breach of the peace, for being attacked by a racist old bastard. Now that is horrifying. But this is the reason, because a lot of people keep asking, how can you be living in Portugal with your kids when you're married, you still love your wife very much? How can that be? Well, this is this live video is it trying to explain the massive racism that we put up with for years and years and years. All right, so we're packing up at the moment. We're going back to England again soon, very soon, and making this video because if it's all BLM now, isn't it? BLM. Well, Black Lives Matter, and you know a solicitor who can do a no-win, no-fee thing case, either to sue Devon and Cornwall Police for the hundreds of crimes that they've allowed this old man to commit, or to sue the man to stop him, to get him banned or barred or whatever they call it, to never come near Daisy or the kids ever again. It's a horrifying. It really is horrifying what happened with everything. Go out there and make sure she's in the van or she's out. So again, BLM, Black Lives Matter people, it's time Devon and Cornwall Police answer for all the crimes they allowed this racist, evil person to get away with. And I'll mention another thing he did. After he punched Daisy in the belly, we attempted, it took us, it must be 5 months, going to court to try a civil injunction against this old man when the police refused to uphold the law. Well, we basically won the case. And the judge said, look, yeah, I can see what you're going through. I can see what's happening to you. I'm going to do a trial in 2 months' time in the civil court. And we were then, okay, so we've got to come back in 2 months. So for 2 months, we've still got to be attacked by this racist old man that's peeping through our windows and our letterbox at night. Yes, I can't do it until 2 months. I said, okay then. Well, in answer to that, we hadn't actually took the kids to the Philippines. So I said to Daisy, I said, let's leave our house, let him burn it down, do whatever he wants with it, it's insured. Let's go to the Philippines. I think we went for 6 weeks. And we had this case book for 8 weeks into the future. We came back to England 2 weeks before the start of the case. Day after we arrived back, we had a letter through the door. This racist old had gone to the court, told the court they've left the country and they will never be coming back to England. The judge held a hearing. They said, well, they haven't turned up today, so you sure they're never coming back? No, they're never coming back, this old man said. So again, we're outside the country, 7,100 miles away, in the Philippines, enjoying a nice break, to come home, and this man had committed a fraud. Total fraud with personal gain for himself, because he asked the court, I want £5,000 compensation from them for not turning up to court today. Knowing we're 7,000 miles away. And he wanted £5,000. Well, the judge said, okay. The stupid civil court judge ruled this old man, racist, who attacked us and we won the case to stop him coming near us, was going to be awarded £5,000, which I refused to pay and I'm not going to pay ever. Second part of the case. Police have admitted, yes, he's committed fraud. We will pursue it later on. Later on's never happening. This has now been 5 years. We've waited for the police to pursue it, which is another reason I'm going back to England now, because I'm going to make sure the police either charge him for the fraud or they get this charge removed, because he's actually put the charge on my house in England, which isn't technically my house. My name's on it, but it's my ex-wife's house that Daisy lives and my eldest daughter Brittany's house. So I don't actually own the house. So if there's BLM solicitors or barristers who really care about helping black people or minorities, please contact us. We live at number 10, Cherscombe Green, Malden Painter, TQ3 1NT. And like I said, this old man still lives on the road. We have been waiting for him to die. I think he's 78 now. The last time I seen him, he was chasing me and the kids up the road, running up the road behind the car like a rabid dog. Yes, we do have video of him running after the car on many occasions. And it's getting to the point that we would probably do videos of that as well, which we're keeping the private members area and share it with any friends or any BLM orientated solicitors or barristers that are willing to help. Please, anyone out there who's willing to help a beautiful family. Look at my kids. They are absolutely beautiful. Aren't you, girls? If you ever chuck stones again, you naughty girl, and Mumsy's actually going to go mad. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope people will now start to understand why you've seen us before on TV programs and stuff where we were promised that they would show the Hitler salutes, the attacks, the punching of Daisy in the belly, the racism, and all the TV programs they promised they would use that footage to prove the Hitler salutes and everything else that this man was doing. And every TV program we went on forgot to include the most important parts, the racism, the assaults on Daisy, and try to make it be to me and Mr. B, which it wasn't. It's me, Daisy, Mr. B, and the gang of racists attacking. Yeah. Now Daisy is actually, she's I think she's like a reservist Philippines. She's ever so small, but she's ever so strong. She literally can pick me up and chuck me across the room if she wanted to. But she's what do they call them? Like a brigadier commander in the Philippines in the college armies. They do. She's one tough cookie. Yeah, very proud of my Daisy. Very, very proud of her. How tough she is. I think I was tough, but I'm not tough. My girls are tough, especially that one. Especially you, aren't you? Are you tough?
Yeah.
Are you very tough?
Yes.
How tough are you? Let me see you smile. She is the little tufty, aren't you? Then you're boxing on your sisters all the time, hurting them, aren't you? No, I'm going to buy you boxing gloves soon, all right? She really wants boxing gloves. Just like her mum. What are we going to teach you? Karate? Kickboxing? Taekwondo? What do you want to learn? Kwando. Well, we do judo at the moment, don't we? We do all sorts of fighting, don't we? My girl's going to be tough cookies like their mum. If not, are you a tough cookie?
Tough?
You tough?
No. You're not touching.
You sensitive, you are, aren't you? Like Daddy. You sensitive? Hello, guys. I think that's long enough today. But like I said, was it someone left a comment? Oh, about skeletons in your closets or something? Well, this is our biggest skeletons. I think we've got all the TV shows that we've done, and it's come to this moment in time that I've literally had enough of this stuff and the police ignoring it all. And now, since all this stuff we've had to put up with, the racism has come to an end with us coming out here, I've recharged my batteries and I'm going to go back to England, and I'm literally going to force the police to pursue the fraud, because the old man's trying to pursue the fraud against us. So let us answer him with the police knocking on his door for the fraud that he's tried to do. And like I said, if there's any BLM people out there who'd like to give moral support to Daisy, and I know the BLM people are saying, why don't you talk to Devon Racial Relations Board, who claim a lot of money from Devon and Cornwall and Devon and Cornwall Police every year to help victims of racial harassment, violence and prejudice. Well, they don't help. Why don't you contact your MP? Done that many times. Even had the MP call us a liar once. Said, you're lying. I said, excuse me. I said, what are we lying about? She said, well, I spoke to the inspector. I said, yeah, the one who's doing it, not doing the crimes. Well, he says that he's never served a harassment order on Mr. P. I said, what? He said that to you? Yes. She said, so there's nothing I can do because the police are telling me that they've never done anything of harassing. So I said, okay then. I said, hang on a sec. Flicks through the paperwork. I said, what's that say? I said, you recognise the email address, the letter? Yes. Oh, she says. Sarah Wollaston as our MP for Totnes. She says, Wayne, she said, I can't believe I'm reading this. And I said, does that email from the sergeant stating that she and the inspector had both been round twice to give that Mr. P harassment warnings and notices? Yes. Oh, she got so angry. She said to her secretary, she said, get that inspector on the phone. She said, I'm not having him lie to me. I've just got Mr. and Mrs. Howard liars. One of them moments in time that was just perfect timing. I just couldn't believe it. But still, what she did manage to do, Sarah Wollaston, was she got that inspector booted, and she unfairly really got the sergeant kicked out of the police force for covering up the crimes, and it was unfairly because the inspector was the one to blame. And other people out there are going to say, why, if you're not complaining to police complaints? Police complaints do not work. They are nonsense. They are absolute crap. Let me just do an example. We complained before we moved out here about the constant attacks, the racism, everything. Police standards, do you know what they did? Sean Sawyer, chief of police in Devon, has all the information. Like, we've sent him videos and the letters and everything. He thinks it's funny, and just remember what I just said about the MP. He thinks it's funny to say, I'm going to investigate all this. Do you know who he puts in charge? The inspector he removed from Totnes Station, in charge of our complaint about Totnes Station not upholding the law. Complaint about the actual inspector who never did the work that a normal policeman would have done. He covered it all up. No idea why. Really bad. So we gave up police complaints because Devon and Cornwall Police don't respect. If you're black, Asian, anything, racism doesn't exist in Devon. Doesn't exist. Not at all. They will not enforce any racism against anyone. To the point, we've got a Torquay councillor, who's a friend of ours, when we went to court the last time with Mr. B, this friend of ours came to the court as Mackenzie's friend, and he is a charitable man, he's honest, he's a councillor in Torquay. He witnessed Mr. P being racist to Daisy. Under Devon and Cornwall Police, they were gun-ho for her first day. Then they spoke to Totnes, and Totnes said, oh, no, don't do anything about it, because she's going to have to bring up all these other crimes this man's committed. And we'll have to go to court and explain to the court why 200 crimes have been ignored. So Torquay, who was saying it was racist, then says, well, yeah, it is racist. This is what the Torquay police officer said. Yeah, it's racist what this man's done to Daisy when you come out of this court, what he said. But because he wasn't looking in your direction at Daisy when he was racist, under Devon Cornwall Police, we decided it's not racist against Daisy. It might have been some other black person or whatever was walking down past the street.
No.
So you can be racist under Devon and Cornwall. Share, put that in the car now. You can be racist in Devon if you're not looking at the person you're being racist against under Devon and Cornwall Police, under Chief Sawyer. Police complaint. No, police commissioner, a lady now in charge.
Let me see.
Contact her on Facebook. She said the same thing. I said, I'm reading Devon and Cornwall website. It says, if you feel when you're walking down the street or someone's racist to you, then it's racist. She said, yes. And I said, well, what about this case? Oh, that's terrible. She said, that shouldn't have happened. Go to ask her again. Blocked. Go to a different Facebook. Ask again. Blocked. There was a TV program, Neighbours from Hell TV program, lady in Plymouth. Plymouth is Devon and Cornwall Police again. Now, Paris, yeah, go and sit in the car. And Freya, we're going now. Oh, we'll sit on the step over there.
You see, this is the one I...
You got your pen?
I used a pen to mark the area I had.
Yeah, so this black lady in Plymouth was being racially harassed, and Devon and Cornwall did nothing about it. Nothing at all. Zero. This is another incident that happened to be on another TV program like we were on. Now, I've got a brother, half brother, but I don't believe in half brother. You're a brother or you're not a brother, innit? It doesn't matter if you've got a different dad. I've got a half brother that's my full brother, really. He is half Arab. He looks like the Taliban. I'll show you a picture. I'll post a picture later of us. He seriously does look like the Taliban. Well, he's been a victim of racism. Different surname than me. His younger brother. He's been the victim of racism in Brixham, my hometown, by his neighbour. Devon and Cornwall Police, again, don't even know he's my brother. And they're ignoring racism against him. So again, BLM, if you care anything about really standing up for people who are black, Asian, Arab, come and talk to us. Please, we need a class action case. I don't care about money, but Devon and Cornwall Police need to answer for all the crimes that's happening against minorities in Devon, on why they are ignoring all racist crime. Why? And I asked the Chief of Police, Sawyer, and the Crime Commissioner lady, why in Devon is so much racism happening and you guys will not uphold the laws of the land? So another question keeps in my head. People said to me years ago, if the police in your area don't uphold the law, you can then take, this is supposedly, I don't know whether it's true or not, someone can comment and tell me, but someone told me if the law's not upheld and you've got evidence, you can then take it to the Metropolitan Police and they will be forced to investigate it. So if we took this fraud case, that's the major one that interferes with us as we are, because he keeps trying to steal our house. If we take that fraud case to the Metropolitan Police Will they investigate that fraud for what it actually is? We've got total evidence. We weren't in the country. It's all passports stamped in the Philippines on the way in, on the way out, on the way back into England. Our flights. We weren't in the country. It's total fraud. Now, if we go to the Metro, if we drive up, drive up to London and we go to the Metropolitan Police, how do we go about bringing a case of fraud against this racist old bugger? Just that one case. That one case. If anyone in the world can help with that, that'd be fabulous. Anyway, waffled on enough. Let's hope my waffling brings some light and maybe a barrister or a solicitor or someone out there who might feel sorry for us as a family to say, no, this isn't right. It isn't right. None of it's right. And for a racist to, basically caused us to move out here for the summers to get away from him because he's so dangerous. I said he was chasing up and down the road after us in the car with the kids. It's not fair on the kids to see an old man chasing us up and down the road. He's too old to beat up. If he was my age, I would have kicked the crap out of him years ago. I really would have. But being an old man, he's taken advantage of it. He's an old, frail, old dodger. But yeah. Hope that explains, guys, why we've been on, I think it's four TV programs. And not one of them told the truth. Jesus. Anyway, we're going to do a load of videos over the next future months, and I'm going to upload them onto the private section of our YouTube channel. And anyone who really wants to see how bad England can be, even for a beautiful golden hearted person like Daisy, who's done no harm in the world. She even prays for this old man still. But hopefully that he'll be put in a home soon and be taken care of. Yeah. That's one crime I forgot to say. This old man drink drives nearly every day. Drink driving, so they ignore racism in Devon. Drink driving is supposed to be, police are meant to enforce everywhere for everyone who does it. This old man drink drives nearly every day from the Well House in Paynton, to the Oldenburg pub, Paynton, and I think he goes to the Gentleman's Club sometimes. I'm not sure, because I don't stalk him. I don't see him. Shara, hold her hand. Freya, don't walk out in the road. Freya, Shara, hold her hand. Hold it. Listen, hold her hand.
That's my favourite place.
I know it's her favourite teacher. Go and hold her hand, so don't walk across the road. Yeah, so finish that off as drink driving from the Well House, Paynton, daily nearly, to the Oldenburg pub in Paynton, Winner Street. So any BLM people walking by, she's a drunk driver, coming out the Oldenburg or the Well House, pick the phone up, ring the police, and maybe then we might see some justice. Maybe if he has his driving license taken away, which he should have done years ago. Maybe then he might be a nicer person if he wasn't drunk all the time. Anyway, got to go, because we've got to go and get the kids' tea. Sorry to waffle on so long, but it's a long story. A very long story. And a lot of guys, because our channel's taking off now, is asking these questions. How can you be in Portugal? Your beautiful kids are with you, and Daisy's in England. 1, because we're poor. 2, because of the racism. 3, because of Brexit. And 7 boys, 8 boys, and 1 daughter. Whereas Daisy's 1 of 10. So it's not that I'm just a super dad. It's just I'm used to big families and looking after the kids. I used to look after my little brothers and sisters and all the rest of it. So we cope all right. It's just a bit lonely, isn't it? Especially for poor old Daisy. But she's all right. She goes to visit my mum, looks after my brother. You gonna say bye to my live channel?
No.
You gonna say bye?
Bye.
Snapsy, what's it called?
Oh, Snapband.
Snapband. Oh, only Snapband. Show me what it does.
It has blue. Daddy, it has.
Okay.
And it has a rainbow one.
Listen, whose birthday is it soon?
Look, it's pink softies on the back. And look what it does.
Whose birthday is it?
Mine. Do you know what it does?
How old are you going to be?
6.
You're going to be 6. You're not going to be 6. Get out of the way. You know, how old are you going to be?
4.
6.
What's that thing to do?
How old are you going to be? So it's Freya's birthday on the 5th of September. Your birthday is, I think it's the 16th of October. 16th. Yeah, it is the 16th. I remember now. It's the 16th. And when's yours? Oh, how old are you going to be?
8.
I'm going to be. Why are you all saying the wrong numbers, all of you?
I know.
You're not. You lie when you get older and you want to get in a pub before you're 18. You don't start lying now. It's practicing, isn't it?
I am 8.
It's going to be 6.
I am 8.
And you're going to be 8. At least you get your right number.
I don't want to lie because I don't want to grow up.
That's good, Babs. You stay a child. And look at your scruffy hair. You know, Mummy and Nanny moaned at me yesterday, said, you haven't brushed your hair. You promised me you'd brush your hair today. You look right, scruff bum. You look like Auntie May. Scruffy.
Do you see the scratchings?
What's that? You strapped in? No, we're going home now. Go on, we got some. Hey, we got 10 thumbs up for our little live video.
Come and see the different kinds.
Okay.
Look, these are all giraffes. And look, this one I painted because that's the one I got.
How much was it?
I don't know.
You told me earlier. €2.50. €2.50.
Yeah, look, I done this one.
That's the one you got.
Yeah.
Forever lucky.
Yeah.
Good. And you're happy. You're happy.
Yeah, that's why I do it. And that's why I really love it.
You know who'd like one of those?
Huh? Auntie Jenna.
Brittany.
She's gonna steal it.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you guys are start understanding now why we're in Portugal. But we're going back to England and we're going to start fighting legally cases that hopefully we'll get everything sorted once and for all. I'd be just happy if the police would actually put this old man in a home. That would make us happy, but Daisy wouldn't be happy if they tried putting him in her home because she deals with the Alzheimer people. I believe he's got Alzheimer's. Just an evil old man with Alzheimer's. But anyway, it's good. That's Paris and Brez go through there. It's no, that's Freya's. Sorry, that's Sharon Paris's, and it's Paris's turn to take her little sister for the first day soon, isn't it?
Yeah, and she got to have a box to put her stuff in it.
Yeah. Oh, that comes to another thing. We're all booked to take them to England, and they are booked into the back in their old school in England. They speak Portuguese, don't you? Oh, you can do it. You got Portuguese, don't you? They do know their Portuguese now, but because they've been learning the language, I think they're a bit behind on their maths and English. So it's going to do them well going back to England for a while. And we've got their books from here, and then they maybe do some Portuguese lessons in England as well, and watch all their Portuguese TV stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Can't believe I've spoke for nearly 1 hour about all the questions that people have been asking, and for people to be saying this, that and the other, seen you on TV. Hey, no matter where you are in the world, I bet you now clicking saying, I have seen that man on TV. I have seen that Daisy on TV. They're that crazy Filipino English couple with the old man. Now you know, yes, we are that couple, and that's the real story behind what's really gone on at the TV programs. They promised they would put the videos on women attacking Daisy and all the rest of it, which they never told the story. Shocking, but true. Yeah. Oh, one more crime I forgot. I forgot to say, the old man called Paul, who came forward and said about firebombing us, this Mr. P attacked him physically so many times he had strokes. He didn't die, but he had a load of small strokes, and he sold up and left. He said, I can't continue to be attacked by that old man. So, and the other part of it is TV programs interviewed that Mr. Paul, about the firebombings, about the racism, and he told them everything. So they have no excuse. Totally independent witness, another neighbour said, this is why they're being attacked, because Daisy's foreign, they don't want black faces on our street. Horrifying. It's really literally horrifying. That poor old man nearly gave his life for standing up to them, being brave enough to go to the police. He went to the fire brigade first. He went to the fire brigade, chief of fire officer in Torquay, reported that he chased this man off for firebombing, and they said, you've got to go to the police. He said, yeah, I'm going to the police next. I'm booked in to see them. He said, but I'm coming to you first, so you're aware. And literally, they parked a fire engine on top of our road. Seriously, because they were so worried what this racist gang was going to do. Did the TV program say anything about that? No. So wherever you are in the world, you're bound for now to be clicking saying, I remember seeing that couple on telly now. I think 4 different programs we did. And we were separating this channel from our old channel that used to show all the crimes that were committed. Because we wanted this channel to be a happy channel. But because so many people have said, I seen you on telly. How come you're in Portugal? This, that, and the other. So now we're just having to come out and say, well, we are that couple that was on telly. This is the story. Soon we're going to post some videos of everything we went through. And I'll say it one last time. If there's any BLM people out there who could help, legally trained, that would be fabulous. Come and help. Press subscribe, click the bell, and do all the rest of it if you'd like to. You can become a member, and then you can see the private videos of me being attacked by an old man. If you'd like to see the old man, if you search world's oldest carjacker, you will see the very first time he assaulted me. Me in shock, thinking, oh my God, I've just been attacked by Grandpa. So that was his record then. But like I said, he attacked us again after that, a couple of years after that actually. So he's actually the world's oldest carjacker, beating his old Guinness Book of Records, attacking again. The world's oldest carjacker, Mr. P. And you can see the start of the racist attacks. Ciao. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, guys.